Hello, welcome everyone to another Inside the Birds TV with Adam Caplan and Geoff Mosher. This one, of course, presented by our friends at Sky Motor Cars in Westchester, PA. And we are really happy and thrilled to have on with us in this edition Eagles cornerback Steven Nelson. He is joining us again, courtesy of Sky Motor Cars. So we thank Brett Shoulder and the crew for hooking us up with the interview. Now, Steven, we had Avonte Maddox on a couple weeks ago, and he, of course, works with Sky as well and gets hooked up with them. And Definitely. I made the mistake of asking him what car he chose from Sky Motor Car, and he was like, car? Like, you know, singular car? What do you mean car? And he went through like 4 or 5 different rides that he's got and all the colors. So I'm not even going to ask you about a car. I'm just going to – the ball is in your court. You tell me what you've gotten from Sky Motor and why you like it so much.
Yeah, I got hooked up, through my agency and whatnot. I saw that Avonte and a couple other players had worked with them in the past. So obviously that was a, good chance for me to, to try to, secure my spot in the family, as you would say. But, it's a great place, man, a great company. People there that work there like Brett and other guys that work there are great people, man. They treat you right. When I walked in, they have a big garage, full of cars. They got, antique cars, new cars, whatever you like. Saw a lot of like Porsche. If you want to go into the brands like Range Rovers, Teslas. I mean, it's just really, whatever your preference is, man. But I'm a family man, so I just took a Dodge SRT. So. It's got the family feel, but still a little fast.
Nice. Yeah. Do you ever once in a while just, stop by and be like, Brett, I just want to go joyriding for a day, and not with the dad, can you hook me up with a Porsche or something like that?
I reached out to him a while ago because they posted, it was like a green Porsche that they posted on their page. And I was like, when can I ride that? I'm not sure if he responded or not, so maybe not. That was my answer.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got some time left, and after you do this interview, it might be a nice little reward for you waiting at the other side.
I hope so.
So tell us. Obviously, you guys are coming off the bye. In the last game, you I think you had a little bit of a shoulder thing going on. You came out for a little bit. How you feeling? Did the bye help? I mean, were you expecting to see you out there against Washington on Sunday?
Oh yeah, I feel great, man. I feel great. I'm one of the most durable players in the game. I don't get banged up. Let's knock on some wood. But when you've been doing it a long time, man, and you don't take games off or time off, it's just your body's just naturally, you gotta know when to stop, man, and that's been my problem. You know what I mean? So.
Steven, speaking of your durability, how do you do it? Like, how does a player, you've been in the league a long time, since 2015. What do you do to take care of your body and to be able to show up every day and be there for your play, for the team and play so well?
It's just all about, you got to have like the drive, it's all about accountability, responsibility. You got to understand that, your job is just not solely focus around you. It's like other people depend on you, whether that's your teammates, organization. I mean, my family, you know what I mean? So I have to have that mindset. Like, I have to do whatever I have to do to make sure that I'm on the field. Now, things happen, like things that you can't control. Like, guys get hurt every week in the NFL. I just been fortunate enough, to not have those, catastrophic injuries, knock on wood again. But, I definitely treat my body as such, man. I mean, I do a lot of recovery, in the off season, on the field, off the field. The job never stops, you know what I mean? And I just feel like that's what's pretty much helped me be so successful and play and be as durable as I've been in the NFL.
Steve, let's talk about just your NFL career because I feel like you gambled on yourself. You waited a while to pick a team to sign with. You're only 28 years old. Right. And in signing with the Eagles, you knew the situation. First-year head coach, first-year defensive coordinator. Neither had called plays before. not coming off a great year. Obviously, the Eagles are 4-11-1 last year. So you kind of, willfully went into a situation that had a lot of uncertainty about it. What went into that decision, and why were you so willing to make that kind of risk? I'm sure you had offers from teams that had at least a little bit more stability.
Yeah, I would say like just a philosophy. I do my research, just the philosophy of Gannon, and what and looking at some old Colts tape and seeing, or looking at some old Vikings tape and just seeing, what type of flavor defense he likes to run. I think that had a lot to do with it, and just that drew my interest more than other teams at the time. Also, me waiting. I felt disrespected, rightfully so. The situation that happened with me in Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm a great player. Just unfortunate what happens, but they got to deal with what they have to deal with. So, I mean, I was just honestly, I was enjoying time with my family, working out. I know I was gonna play somewhere, so, but I'm here now.
So, you sign a 1-year deal with the Eagles. The team is getting better. You talk about Jonathan Gannon. What for this team? Now they're 6-7. You guys are 6-7 right now, but you're in the thick of the playoff hunt here. What needs to happen on your side of the football to take it to the next level? You guys are getting better. You mentioned Jonathan Gannon. Certainly, things have been better lately. A lot better, more disciplined, not give as many points. What could you do, or what could the defense do to take it to the next level here?
I think we just gotta, continue to be aggressive, keep attacking. Just go all in or go home, man. Like you said, we're in the hunt. I think we're in the hunt, right? That's what you said.
Oh, big time. Big time. Yeah.
We're in the hunt, so it's no time to wait. Just go all in, man. Be aggressive. Everybody, play their hearts out, man. Put it all on the line, and let's just see who comes out at the end of the tunnel. That's how I feel. And me personally, I'm always going to continue to do the best that I can do for the team. The best that I can do it. So that's just what it is.
When you played in Pittsburgh, they're kind of known for blitzing, from coming at the quarterback from a lot of different angles. No matter who the coordinator is, that's been their kind of culture for a long time. Here, the way things started, it was very soft to begin with, and lately over the last few weeks, as Adam's talked about, we've seen a little bit of changes. Do you, as a corner, do you like playing with an aggressive front that does blitz a lot, or do you like the coverage, or the way? Are you more of a fan of a hybrid approach where you pick and choose the spots?
For me, like, it's hard. I mean, obviously, I have played whatever it's called, and I can't complain about it.
Right.
But I'm always going to take pressure, just because I don't want a quarterback sitting back there having easy pickings. You know what I mean? That's just always what I think. Now, do I think there's situations where there has to be softer coverage? Yeah, I agree with that. But I always want those big guys, to get paid all that money to go rush, go do their job, man. Like, make them throw the ball to me, please. Yeah.
That's interesting, man. Denard Wilson, not a lot of people know about him. What can you tell us about Denard and being coached by him?
Denard's funny, man. He's a good coach, man. He's one of those coaches. He's a player's coach. He played football for Washington, so he understands. He's been coaching in this league for a while. He's been around. He's gonna coach you hard. He's gonna be your friend too at the same time. So it kind of throws you off. We kind of have our little headbutt sometimes, but he's a good coach, man. Definitely a good coach.
When you say headbutt, real quick, is it questions you have? Maybe you don't agree. That's an interesting point. When you say headbutt, because players always look at arguments or disagreements with coaches differently than maybe other players. So on your situation, is it philosophy? Is it technique? I'm just very curious what that would be.
No, it's just like, and I say headbutt like in a jokingly way, like Headbutt, like we joke around a lot. Like I said, he coaches you hard, but he'll be your friend at the same time. So, you know, if it's something over the surface, you know, I might take it personal, or he might take it personal. We got this thing where we call each other sensitive. So, you know, he calls me sensitive. I call him sensitive. Like, I'll be like, well, who's being sensitive? You know, so it's just, you know,
That's interesting.
it's
Okay.
not like, you know, anything like that. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. But
So tell me, in general, I mean, you've probably played for a bunch of different coaches. This is a new staff, and again, we talk about the idea of how the defense was for the first 6 weeks to how it is now. Do you like the way you guys have kind of represented yourself for the last few weeks compared to how it looked in the first 5 or 6 weeks? Like, you see a lot of improvement and progress, and is it really just about? There's a lot of new guys. I mean, linebackers have been shuffled. You're new to the team. Anthony Harris is new to the team. How much was that a big part of why the first 6 weeks kind of looked that way?
I mean, I feel like it is, just for the simple fact that, I mean, I played in this league for a while now. I've been on the teams that I've been on that's had great defenses have been around each other for, you know, several seasons or whatnot. Like, it's my first year here, like you just mentioned. There's a lot of new guys, new faces, my God, a new coaching staff. You know what I mean? So you put all that into one, like it's not going to happen right then. It's going to be a lot of frustration. So I feel like, to answer your question, these last stretch of games, even the ones we've lost, have come in close. Like I think the Giants. I mean, we played great ball defensively. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're finding and fine tuning our identity. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's perfect. It's perfect timing going into these last 4 games.
Steve, you look at this week's opponent, Washington, and they've got a pretty athletic quarterback in Taylor Heineke. I know he's banged up.
Is he banged up? What is he?
Yeah, he's got a knee. He's got a knee issue. Yeah, he's got a knee issue. Yeah, and their line had a couple guys go out. So we'll see here. Who's
the backup?
Josh Allen, who was with
Kyle Allen.
Rivera. Yeah, he was with Carolina before. So
they wish their backup was Josh Allen.
I mean, not Josh. What's his name?
I was about to say
Kyle Allen.
Or what happened?
No, Kyle Allen. Sorry, Kyle Allen. Yeah, did it.
Okay.
Kyle Allen, who was with Panthers before with Ron Rivera and Scott Turner.
Oh, okay.
But here's the question, though. When you face athletic quarterbacks, you had Daniel Jones, who's you weren't there last year, but he's had some good runs against the Eagles, and you guys did a good job against him.
Yeah.
Is it tough to play these running quarterbacks? Well, what's it like as a DB?
I mean, I don't really get into it too much, because I feel like I'm always going to cover. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I guess you could say it's difficult because these guys scramble and you got to cover longer. But hey, man, like I said, let the big guys go do what they get paid to do, man. Go chase them down, hunt them, you know, get them. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
yeah.
But no, I have watched his tape, and he is a very competitive quarterback, and he can extend plays and make plays with his legs and through the air. So definitely got to contain him.
I mean, I don't know how much you guys have gotten into it yet, because we're talking right now on a Tuesday, and I don't know if everybody's been back for a practice or anything from the bye week. But how much have you looked at Washington's offense? They're kind of like you guys a little bit, or at least the Eagles' offense, as far as how they started the season, and then they kind of shifted more to their running game and Gibson to get themselves back on track. But they got some weapons, obviously, with McLaurin and Curtis Samuel, and the tight ends pretty good. So what do you see from this Washington offense?
Man, I mean, it's like, to me, to put everything in perspective, man, every week, you got guys you're playing against, man. It doesn't matter what the record is. I mean, they're in the NFL for a reason. You know what I mean? They, like you just said, they got 2 good receivers, a capable tight end, running back, is a really good running back. And then you add the mix, the quarterback we just talked about, man. So, I mean, if you're not at the top of your game, you know what I mean, teams like that can hurt you. But you saw Dallas, was on them, you know what I mean? So we gotta do that.
Yeah, Gibson's kind of a freak of nature because he's like a 220-pound guy who can catch the ball really well on the screens
Yeah,
or even line up at receiver. Is that somebody that you guys kind of look at and be like, that's where the offense starts for them?
I think so. I think so. You know, when you got a running back talent like that, you know, you kind of got to keep the defense honest. And I feel like you'll see a lot of run, and then you'll see play action, and then you'll see some spread. You know what I mean? So they'll definitely have that in their bag coming out. So we just got to stop the run early.
So, Stephen, for the majority of the season, you guys were right up there in zone coverage, but lately, a little bit more man coverage. As a guy's been in the league a long time, you have a preference, zone versus man. I know when we've talked to some other DBs, they'll say, "Oh man, I want to be in man all the time, man. I want to show I can handle my guy 1-on-1." Does it matter to you, or do you have a preference?
I'm gonna tell you, man. Whoever says they want to be play man to man all the time is a lie, man. Don't let them lie to you. But I'm gonna be.
I'll go at him for it.
I'm a real logical guy, right? So I like playing man just because I know if I'm playing man, I know there better be some pressure going on. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play the percentages. I'm gonna play tighter than my coverage, and and try not let my guy catch the ball. But playing man every play, come on, man, give me a break. But I don't, and then same for zone coverage. I don't like to play too much zone coverage because that's when you saw kind of early in the season where guys were they had high percentage completions. You know, it's an easy throw. Guys can't rush because the ball's coming out so fast. So you got to have a good blend, man. That's what it's all about.
Definitely. All right, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code ITB. If you bet $1 on any team to score and win, you can win $100 in free bets. The team scores, you score using promo code ITB this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. Let me ask you this. I've always wondered this because I've heard different things from different guys, and it's probably different based on who your defensive coordinator is and what you're playing. But the amount of cushion that you give a wide receiver on any given play, do you guys have that latitude within this defense to decide that yourselves, or is it your coaching that tells you what you're supposed to do there? Or can it be one or the other? Yeah. How much space you're going to give a receiver in coverage?
I mean, it's pretty standard throughout the league. It's based on the players, but I mean, it's just within the scheme. You know what I mean? So the players, I mean, usually you got to line up. I mean, at a corner for sure, probably like between 7 to 8 yards off if you're playing off coverage. Never want to line up. You either pressed or you line up off. You never want to be in between, like at 4 or 5. That's called no man's land. It's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's either 8 yards or you pressed. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much up to the player at that point.
Which do you prefer to be in? I mean, I'm sure that varies based on who you're playing, but you are a physical guy.
No, not really.
Oh, no? Okay.
I've pressed and I've made plays on anybody in this league. I got tape of it, but it just depends on the situation. If I'm not gonna give too much of my clues, but it depends on the situation for me. If I feel like they're going to max up and try to throw the ball deep or, potentially, I mean, I'm not going to be stupid. I'll take the 5-yard catch and tackle it rather than giving up a big play. I don't care. But, it's smart football, man, and if a guy catches it, you got to keep line up, make the next play.
So the scouting report on you, Steve, is smart, feisty, and tough. Is that fair? Is it should be more than that? When you look at your scouting report, is that fair?
I love it. As long as you lead with smart first and then tough after.
Feisty is what I love.
I'm all that, man. I'm always gonna play. Smart. I'm gonna play the percentages. I'm always gonna play tough at the end of the day, and that's hard to do in this league, man, especially, consistently like I've done. So,
Do you remember playing with Jason Avant in Kansas City?
I did. It's funny, man. Somebody said his name earlier this week. I can't remember who, but anyway, I had this conversation with somebody. I can't remember, but
Yeah,
I remember he was there my rookie year, and I was playing more nickel my rookie year, and you know he was a slot receiver at the time, and man, he was just so strong and like crafty. You know, it was tough for me, you know, coming into the NFL and having to face the guy like this every day, and practice in one-on-ones, because he was just so like savvy. And you know, I'm just, you know, trying not to hold on every play, you know what I mean? But I mean, he wasn't a fast guy, but he would get you like on shifty underneath stuff. But I know Jason for sure.
So I asked that because Jason does a show on the Inside the Birds platform with another former Eagle named Quentin Michael. And Jason has spoke about going up against you in one-on-ones many times when he was a vet and you were a rook. And he basically said what you just said, that yes, he would probably get the best of you on one-on-ones, being that veteran that he is. But the one thing he said about you and why he felt that you would be good for this defense and B, play a long time in the league, is that he said even as a rookie, your head was in the playbook. You were studying. You were a film watcher. You were really diligent in that part of the game, which a lot of fans don't know. I mean, nobody gets to see that part. Explain that part of the game for you and how long that's been kind of the backbone to what you do.
Yeah, I mean that's been a major part also of my longevity, I guess. You know, that's the other part of it. You gotta take care of your body. Now you gotta, you know, get in the playbook a little bit. The film study is vital. Each and every week, man, you gotta understand, you know, how teams are gonna attack. You gotta understand a coordinator's, you know, philosophy on the other side of the ball. You know what I mean? To take it a step further and see, like, you know, what's his game plan those first 15 plays of the game. And whatever you see those first 15 plays, if something works, guaranteed they're going to try to keep going after it, recycling. And then just each and every week, I mean, each team does this, they have the same kind of mindset when it comes to situational football. But watching film, you know, you study guys, you study quarterbacks, you know, you study tendencies. I mean, if this guy's foot placement looks like it's right there, that might give you a tip. You know, it's the small details, man. That's what makes, you know, guys, I guess, you know, get ahead in this game. But then you also have guys that they're just naturally gifted, man, and they can just go out there and without film and just make plays. You know, I'm not one of those guys, unfortunately.
Stephen, right before you signed, I'm just going to say within a week, were you aware in social media how badly the fans wanted you to sign with the Eagles? I don't know if you're aware of that, but it was out. It was really crazy. They were so fixated on you signing with the Eagles. Did you know that before you signed here?
Yeah, I knew that, man. I mean, it was I had like people like sending me stuff, you know, like friends and stuff like that. Like they would just send me like, you know, funny stuff that people were saying, like, you know, like it was crazy. Like, you know, I can't remember. I think one guy was like, you know, I pay your salary. I'm like, what? I'm like,
the Eagles Booster Club.
you know, I almost wanted to kind of entertain it. I wanted to ask, like, okay, like, what do you do, man? What do you do for a living? Like, how are you gonna do that? But you know, I mean, it was cool to see, like, you know, a fan base, you know, welcome me like that. You know, it didn't bother me really.
Last question, Steve. You know, obviously as you're finding out, you've played 2 division games, and the NFC East is it's crazy. Everybody's a rival with everybody. And you know, I know when you were with Kansas City, they got a rivalry mainly with the Broncos, right? And then of course Pittsburgh and Baltimore go at it really every year. That's a great rivalry. In the NFC East, every single team kind of has that. Every game has that aspect. Are you finding that out? Is it different than your past 2 stops about how different the NFC East is compared to those other places?
Yeah, I'm starting to. I mean, I saw that. I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but Dallas week, you know, I just saw. I guess the history that was there already in
Mhm.
place, you know, way before I got here.
Mhm.
That was real strong. Obviously Giants. I haven't played Washington yet, but you know, I see, you know, different things, people talking about it and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I say it's along the lines of like Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Like, you know,
Mhm.
I say it's along those lines.
Definitely. And that's,
Mhm.
that's one game in that division, and it's like
Yeah,
every game in this
every
one is
game.
like that
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
you're right.
absolutely.
You're right about
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we know your birthday is next month, right? So
hmm
it's at the end of January. So maybe,
hmm
our friend Brett Shoulder from Sky Motor Cars can have someone deliver a nice green Porsche to your house for the day, right?
Yeah.
You take a few joy rides, you
Yeah.
have fun, live it up, and then you go back to the family vehicle after that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what? Shit. When is the playoffs?
Playoffs
Second week
sometime
of
in
January.
January.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Second
Wild
week
card
of
round.
January?
Yes, yeah. It's a little later this year, right? With the 18-game season or 17-game season. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So, we got to make the playoffs for him, you know, because the way
Sure. So you're still around, right?
yeah, if I'm still around, because I definitely want to drive that car.
Well, that's like an extra incentive that's not in the contract, but it's just
Okay.
like being in the
All
contract.
right.
You make the playoffs. You're playing on January 22nd. There's a green
I'm
Porsche in your
driving the green
drive.
Porsche.
I'm just the middleman here. I'm just recommending
Hey.
it. Brett's watching. Apparently the deal's been on. Here it is.
All right.
That's
All
what it
right,
takes.
man. All right.
All
I'm
right.
driving
All
the
right.
green Porsche. I got you.
Awesome. So look, thanks to you, Steve. You were great. It's a fun time. Wish you the best. You got these 4 division games coming up now, so you're really going to feel like what it's like in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Thanks to Sky Motor Cars. Did a great job hooking up the interview for us. Again, you can go to skymotorcars.com, buying a car, trading in. They've got the best deals around. Avante Maddox will tell you. Steven Nelson will tell you. Adam and I will tell you. If you go into their Westchester headquarters and tell them Adam and Geoff sent you, you will get an even better deal. If that's even possible. That's how great they are. So thanks to them. Thanks to Brett Shoulder. Thanks to Steve. For Adam Caplan, Steven Nelson, I'm Geoff Mosher. You've been watching Inside the Birds TV.